Thank you, Narayan. So today we'll discuss about particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. So that is nothing but here, if we consider wave nature of electromagnetic radiation, if we consider wave nature of electromagnetic radiation, in that case, it can be explained only about diffraction and interference. We studied about this, isn't it? So diffraction is nothing but bending of light when it strikes over strikes over any obstacle, isn't it? So there is a bending of light till on the end of the any substance is known as diffraction, and interference is nothing but emerging, or it is a interference of two waves. If in case we consider two waves, there may be constructive or destructive. Clear? So yeah, joining point of two waves, that means two waves will join together. It be vector sum of those two wave. If it is uh, same directional, in that case it is a constructive. If it is opposite, in that case it will be destructive. So about this you will study in a physics. Okay. So next one is about the particle nature. So if in case I'll consider these natures or these points, if in case I'll consider black body radiation, photoelectric effect, variations of heat capacity of solid as a function of temperature, and fourth one is nothing but line spectra of atom with a reference to hydrogen. So these phenomena or these factors can't be explained by wave nature. So these are cannot be explained by wave nature of electromagnetic radiation. Clear? So that means to explain these concepts, we need another factor, that is nothing but particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. First, I'll introduce these four factors, okay? After that, we'll study in a brief. First one is black body. Black body radiation is nothing but here, if in case I'll consider any body, if it emit or absorb all the radiation with all frequency, that is known as black body. So that is first one. Clear? So then I'll consider second one just introduce you. Okay, what is photoelectric effect is nothing but if some we'll study about these two. Okay, we'll study about these two in a brief. So I'll consider third one. Variation of heat capacity of solid as a function of temperature. So what is heat capacity? What do you mean by heat capacity? What is heat capacity, students? It is a amount of heat. It is a amount of heat. Tell me. Amount of heat given to the substance to raise temperature by 1 degree. The raise temperature by 1 degree. So there will be variable heat capacity of solid as a function of temperature. That means it depends on a temperature. That heat capacity depends on temperature, and this nature can be explained only with the help of particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. And the last one is about line spectra of atom with reference to hydrogen. If in case we consider hydrogen spectra, there will be different series of spectra. Again, we'll study about this also. About line spectra. We'll study about line spectra. Clear? About these four factor we study under nature, that is nothing but particle nature. Clear? So these two factors explained by wave nature, and these four factors are again explained by the particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. Clear? So now I'll consider first one as a black body radiation. So now, yesterday itself I told you, if in case I'll consider any body and light strikes over it or light falls over it, what will be the three observation? There may be absorbed light, there may be what? That there may be absorbed light, or there may be a reflected light, reflected radiation, or there will be absorption, transmission. Okay, there will be transmitted light, isn't it? So these three are very important. Whenever light falls over a body, will find three observation: absorption, reflection, and transmission. And the color is responsible for this one. Reflected light, explain about color of the body. Yeah, again we'll study about later. So now, if in case I'll consider any ideal body, if in case I'll consider any ideal body, and it will absorb all the radiation with all frequencies. So any ideal body which emits or absorbs radiation with all the frequencies known as black body. Clear? Students, is this clear? So black body is nothing but ideal body which emits or absorb radiation with all the frequencies known as black body. What do you mean by black body, student? So black body is nothing but it is a ideal body. It is a ideal body which emits or absorb radiations of all the frequency. Radiations of all the frequency is known as black body. Clear? So listen, student, if in case I'll consider any body and light fall on that body, there may be three observations. Some light may be absorbed, some may be reflected, and some may be transmitted in the form of heat or anything. Clear? Clear, Sahana? So now what will happen if I'll consider any ideal body? If in case I'll consider any ideal body, these three observations are for normal body. If in case I'll consider ideal body, what will happen here? If in case you are considering light fall on that body, in that case, this body will absorb all the radiation or all the frequency into it. Clear? So that's why that is known as a black body. So that means there is a absorption. There is a absorption. Clear? So that is one thing. Another thing, if in case it is again emitted or it gives back again frequency, all the frequency. That means if a body can emit or absorb all the radiation with all frequencies known as black body. Is this clear, Sahana? So reflects means here if it gives back, isn't it? So if in case it is considering or there is an absorption, there will be emission, isn't it? If in case it absorbs some rays, then there must be emission, isn't it? So if ideal body receives all the radiation with all frequency, in that case it will emit. It will emit. That is nothing but again reflect. So that's why it reflects all the radiation. So that's why it looks like black. Clear? So there will be merging of all the colors. So that's why it look like a black. Clear, Adarsh? Will ideal black body reflects or transmit? So transmission will be less here. It will emit all the radiation which was absorbed. Clear? So that means it can absorb and emit all the frequency. Clear? So that's why it is known as ideal black body. And this is again imaginary because there is no perfect black body in the universe. Clear? So that means if in case any ideal body which absorbs all the radiation and which emits all the, here it will be or, clear? If it emits or absorb radiation of all the frequency, in that case it is known as ideal body. Clear? Okay, next one. What is black body radiation? What is black body radiation? So here only we studied, isn't it? If it is absorb, in that case it will starts to emit. If it absorb radiation, in that case it starts to emit. Clear? So black body radiation is nothing but radiations emitted by such ideal body, such ideal body is known as black body radiation. Clear? So you have to write both thing. Ideal body is nothing but this is, sorry, black body is nothing but it is a ideal body. Black body is nothing but it is a ideal body which emits or absorb radiations of all the frequencies, nothing but black body. And black body radiations is nothing but radiations which are emitted by such ideal black body is known as what? Black body radiation. Is this clear, student, about black body radiation? So now the question arises, if in case I'll consider this graph, I'll consider this graph where it is plotted intensity versus wavelength. Intensity versus wavelength. It is a experimental graph. Okay, it is experimental graph. Just think over it. It is a T1, T2, T3. That means there is a difference in temperature where T3 is greater than T2, which is greater than T1. Is this clear? So consider this graph. Consider this graph where T3 is greater than T2, which is greater than T1. Is this clear, student? So now what was the observation by this? At T1, at a low temperature, what will be their intensity also low, isn't it? So intensity also low and lambda is at high rate, isn't it? When we move from here to here, lambda increases, wavelength increases, and from here to here, intensity increases. By this graph, at T1, at low temperature, there is a low intensity and high wavelength, isn't it? So write down carefully. Temperature is at low temperature, low. Intensity is also at low position and lambda is at high position. Clear? So now I'll consider second graph, second one at T2. What will happen here? At T2, intensity again increases. Intensity increases. What about lambda? At T2, if in case I'll consider peak, if in case I'll consider peak of this line, intensity is at high rate. What about lambda? Lambda increases or decreases when we compare it with first one? Yes, lambda decreases. Lambda decreases. Now I'll consider third plot. So that is nothing but at T3. What will happen? At T3, intensity is at very high position and lambda at low. So what you'll conclude with this graph? What will conclusion? So as temperature increases, intensity, what will happen to intensity? As temperature increases, intensity? Students reply, yeah, students, that is intensity. Just reply, okay, intensity increases. What about lambda? What about lambda? Lambda decreases. Lambda decreases. Now the question, what about mu? What about mu? Frequency. Here I didn't mention about frequency, isn't it? But you know the relationship between frequency and lambda. Just tell me. Yes, mu increases. So with this graph, we can conclude as temperature increases, intensity also increases with a decrease in lambda and increase in frequency. So this was experimental concept. It was experimental concept. That means whenever you increase heat, what will happen? It starts increasing intensity and suddenly it reaches its peak point and it goes on decreases. Clear? If in case I'll consider UV radiations which are from sunlight, isn't it? UV radiations, then it will be visible radiation. After that it is IR, isn't it? So we can see the visible radiation itself. We can see the highest intensity, isn't it? But according to wave nature of light, so this was the experimental result, isn't it, students? Just listen here. So this was experimental result. But initially we assumed that electromagnetic radiations are in a wave nature, isn't it? And those waves are nothing but, those are continuous form of energy. Those are continuous form of energy. In that case, graph must be like this. This is theoretical, okay? Graph must be like this. That means as a frequency increases, there must be increase in intensity. Clear? That means if in case you are considering any matter or any wave, in that case you are increasing the frequency. I'm talking about frequency. Whenever you increase frequency, it must have a more brightness, isn't it? But this was not possible. That means experiment results giving that as you increase frequency, it goes on increases, and then it reaches its peak, then it starts to decrease, isn't it? Intensity of light starts to increase from here. That means at low frequency, then it starts to high intensity, then it reaches a maximum point, then it comes again at the lowest intensity point. So this was explained by only with the help of particle nature. If in case we consider wave nature, this was the observation. This is theoretical, okay? If in case we consider wave, in that case graph must be like this. But experimental results were like this. That means it increases and then it starts to decreases. This was explained by scientist who is nothing but Max Planck. Max Planck. So that means he concluded that electromagnetic radiations are moving in a particle nature. Clear? So is this clear, student? Is this clear? Initially, it was assumed that electromagnetic radiation behave as a wave, isn't it? If we consider wave nature of electromagnetic radiation, in that case, the graph must be this one, black one. Clear? But whenever they did experiment, they got this result. In that case, they thought about there is no wave nature. That means if in case we consider a wave nature, in that case it will be like this. But there is something which giving this final result. So that's why finally Max Planck, he is nothing but a scientist, he explained about the particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. And he explained this was again important. He explained that electromagnetic radiations which are emitted from atom or molecule will be in the form of small packets of energy. I'll rub this. So I'll explain about this one, okay? About Planck's theory. It was known as Planck's theory. So now, 1 minute, students. So this one is Planck's, known as quantum theory. Planck's quantum theory. Planck's quantum theory, which was again proposed by Max Planck. Clear? Is this clear? Is this clear about black body? Students, is this clear? Reason for this one we'll study in a Planck's quantum theory. Okay? Okay. So this is very interesting, okay? So because electromagnetic radiations can possess both nature, isn't it? That is particle nature and wave nature. With the help of wave nature, we can explain about some factors or some phenomenon. And with the particle nature, we can explain some more, isn't it? So now scientists were in confusion. What will be the real nature of electromagnetic radiation? So now we know it is about a dual nature, isn't it? Initially, at the beginning, it was again at the confusion, isn't it? So now I'll consider Planck's quantum theory. So here there are two postulates or 2 points which we can take it as a main points for the Planck's quantum theory. First one, he explained the atoms or molecule, the atoms or molecule, the atoms or molecule could could energy, emit energy only in the form of, only in the form of, only in the form of small packets of energy, small packets of energy in a discrete manner, in discrete manner, and those are called as, and those packets of energy are called as quantum. Those are called as quantum. Very important. So those are known as quantum. Clear? First explain. He explained that if in case I'll consider any radiations, so now I'll consider this as a atom or anything. In that case, the radiations are in a small packets of energy. Small packets of, that means one is nothing but quantum. Clear? So he explained that whenever electromagnetic radiations move or it emits energy, atoms or molecules emits energy, or else electromagnetic radiations are in the form of small packets of energy, small packets of energy in a discrete manner. That means there is no continuous manner. Clear? So there is a discrete, that means discontinuity will be there. Clear? Discontinuous, that is in a discrete manner, and those are called as quantum. This point is very important, student. So here what happens if we consider any electromagnetic radiation, in that if in case there are several rays, then I'll take some rays and I'll bind it to its bundle, and that single bundle is known as quantum. Clear? If in case I'll consider hair and I'll take some hairs or four to five hairs and I'll combine that and I'll tell it as a quantum. Yeah, ma'am, if they are in the form of packets of energy, how they form radiation? That only I'm telling you. So there are rays of light, isn't it? There are electromagnetic rays. So those will combine together and form one single packet. And that packet is known as quantum. So now if in case I'll consider this quantum, so there are several quantum. So that is nothing but quantized light. If in case I'll consider several bundles of light, it will again see, or it can be considered as a radiation itself. Clear? So just imagine, so there are several rays and I'll confirm or I'll consider some of them in the form of quantum. In the form of quantum. So if in case in the form of, okay. So here what is the important thing is nothing but if in case we are considering so many rays, isn't it? Wave rays. If in case I'll consider wave itself. So those are again in the small packets of energy. It will be considered as a small pack of energy. And that is known as quantum. So there is no only one quantum. So there are several quantum. Clear? So there are several quantum and those are nothing but quantized light. So those are known as quantized particle or quantized rays. Clear? Yeah, therefore every radiations are formed by, yes, yes. So now second one, he told it as a packet of energy, isn't it? He told it as a packet of energy. So now the question, if it is a packet of energy, what will be the energy of, what will be the, 1 minute students, what will be the energy of that quantum? So now the energy of the energy of the energy of each quantum. So see here, each quantum is directly proportional to directly proportional to its frequency, to the frequency. Again, it is very important. So here, energy depends on frequency. Energy is directly proportional to frequency. That means as the frequency increases, energy of quanta also increases. As temperature, sorry, yes, as frequency increases, energy also increases. So now I'll consider this equation as E is equals to h mu, where h is nothing but proportionality constant. H is nothing but proportionality constant, which is known as Planck's constant, which is known as Planck's constant, which is known as Planck's constant. And the value of this Planck's constant is 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. Joule second, E is energy, so that's why it is joule, isn't it? And this one is per second, and it will be second. So H equals to Planck's constant equals to, you have to remember this. It is again important. You'll get 1 or 2 problems from this. Clear? So from this, you'll get problems. So that's why remember this relation and this equation. That is E is equals to H into mu, where H is nothing but 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. So he explained that, Planck explained that, so atoms or molecule or any body emits energy in the form of small packets, and those are in a discrete manner. There is no continuous manner. That is a discrete manner, and those are called as quantum. First point. Second point, the energy of each quantum. Energy of each quantum is nothing but, it is directly proportional to frequency. So that's why it is E equals to h mu. Now the question, if in case I'll consider two quantum, what will be the energy of that quantum? Two quantum. What will be the energy of two quantum? If in case I'll consider single quantum, it is E equals to h mu. If in case I'll consider two quantum or n number of quantum, what will be? Yeah, 2 into h mu. So that's why I'll consider here n number of, third point is n number of, if in case I'll consider n number of quantum, in that case it will be integral multiple of h mu. So energy of quantum is integral multiple of h mu. Integral multiple of h mu. Remember these 3 points which are very important, which explain about Planck's quantum theory. Is this clear, student? Is this clear? Remember, energy is directly proportional to frequency. About this, again, we'll study about in photoelectric effect. Clear? So when we study about photoelectric effect, we'll come to know how energy and this one is interrelated with each other. Interrelated with each other. If frequency are different, how to calculate? So just mention the frequencies. You change the frequency. So if the question was, if in case it is 500 hertz or 5000 hertz, what is the value of E? So just substitute the value of frequency, you'll get the value of E. E is equals to h into mu, isn't it? E is equals to h into 5000 hertz. You'll get the final answer. Is this clear, Prithvi? If frequency are different, how to calculate? In that case, you have to substitute the variable frequencies. Clear? So now about this. So about this, Again, we can conclude that electromagnetic radiations are in a quanta. That means those are in the form of small packets of energy, isn't it? And in that case, the normal light which we see can be in a discrete. That means there is a discontinuity, isn't it? There from this part, yeah, calculation, you'll get 1 mark, sorry, 2 marks or 3 marks question from this topic. You'll get, I'll consider in our next class, okay? For calculation, I'll consider next class. So now the question, if in case I'll consider a visible light, it will be continuous. According to this theory, there will be on off, isn't it? That means when quanta comes, there is no quanta, again quanta, there is no quanta, again quanta, isn't it? So that means there is a variation. There will be some gap, isn't it? So there will be a discontinuity in that. But it can't be observed with our eyes. Yeah, there will be variation in a sunlight also, but we can't be considered it with our eyes. Clear? So again, line spectra. We studied about line spectra, isn't it? We'll study about a line spectra. In that also, we'll consider brightness and again darkness, again bright and dark lines, which can be explained only basis of quantum theory, which can be explained only by Akshay. Akshay? Akshay? What happened? Okay. Is this clear, student? About problems we'll discuss in our next class, and about photoelectric effect also we'll discuss in our next class. It is average when it comes several quanta, so we can't see variation. Yes, that is also right answer. What is Sahana Shetty? By mistake. Okay. Is this clear, student? Planck's quantum theory, you have to write 3 postulates or two. We consider it as 2. Third one is nothing but the energy of quanta is integral multiple of h mu. That's it. Energy of n number of quanta is nothing but integral multiple of h mu. If in case I'll consider one quanta, it is h mu itself. If in case I'll consider 2 quanta, it is 2. 2 into h mu. Is this clear, student, about black body and photoelectric effect? Black body and black body radiations, again for 1 or 2 marks you'll get the answer question, and about this one you'll get 2 marks question. You'll get 2 marks question, or else if in case you'll get the problem, in that case it may be for 2 marks or 3 marks. Clear? So sometime it will be in the form of lambda. It will be in the form of lambda. You have to convert it into mu. After that, you have to find the energy. Clear? So, question will be like this. What will be the energy of photon or quantum when we consider lambda is equals to 500 nanometer or something else? So now the question, there is no lambda here, isn't it? In this equation, there is no lambda. Then how we can conclude or how we can convert lambda to energy? So first convert lambda into mu. After that, substitute in this equation, you will find the value of E. Clear? I'll give one problem as a homework in a WhatsApp group, okay? So you just try to answer that question. Just try to answer that question. E is equals to h mu. Mu may be in a different form or E may be in a different form. The question may be find the value of frequency or find the value of E. And remember this as a Planck's constant. H is equals to 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. Students, is this clear, isn't it? Okay. So now I just start about photoelectric effect, but we'll discuss brief in a next session. Okay. So now the question, photoelectric. What do you mean by photoelectric effect? So I'll just explain about photoelectric effect. Whenever I'll consider any metal like potassium, I'll consider potassium, rubidium, or cesium. Like this metal, I'll consider. And some rays are falling over this. Some rays are falling over this. In that case, some electrons may be ejected. Some electrons may be ejected from the surface of metal. And that phenomenon